Dreams are merely illusions, holding no real practical meaning. Yet, some dreams can offer people premonitions. Like miracles, they can save people from distress. A traveler once had a terrifying dream. So scared was he that he fled his ship in Durban, South Africa. Shortly after, that ship and everyone on board met with disaster. The dream saved the person who had it. And there are also dreams that save others. In Poland, there was a girl named Marna, who loved a soldier named Auberon. During World War I he had to go to the front. She dreamt of him. She repeatedly dreamt of him, seeing in her dream an old bunker on a small hill. Part of it collapsed, with a pile of rocks next to it. She kept walking and walking, suddenly hearing her boyfriend's cry, coming from beneath the pile of rocks. She tried hard to lift the rocks, but they didn't budge. There was nothing she could do, so she sadly left. The dream was similar to the previous one, in the same location, also with many scattered rocks. She told her mother and others about this. No one paid any attention. What was so important about a little girl's dream? Marna, however, was convinced it was real. She was determined to find that old bunker. She traveled day after day, resting by the roadside when tired. When hungry, she asked kind farmers for a little food. At night, she slept outdoors. One day in April 1920, she arrived at a small village called Gerrit. On the small mountain next to the village stood an imposing old bunker. Ah, isn't this the old bunker I've dreamt of so many times? She was incredibly moved, running into it so fast she collapsed onto the ground from exhaustion. A crowd gathered around her, including a police officer. Marna recounted her dream to everyone. "It's that old bunker," she cried out, almost mad. She crawled up and headed towards the chaotic pile of rocks. The villagers were sympathetic and followed her. She asked the men to move the rocks one by one. They found it amusing. They felt her story had no basis in reality, so they didn't believe her. Moving the rocks was very difficult. They worked for a whole day and found nothing. 2 days later, they suddenly heard a man's voice. Marna recognized that voice. It was her boyfriend's. They moved the rocks to widen the cave entrance and pulled him out. He was rescued after being in darkness for 2 years. During the war, he had entered the bunker. Afterward, the bunker collapsed, and he couldn't get out. The entrance was sealed by rocks, and he ate everything he could inside the bunker until Marna rescued him. Why did the girl have such a dream? She had never seen that old bunker before. Why did she know everything about it? How could she have known Auberon was buried inside? All of these remain unexplained mysteries.